To install and to install Tkinter in Anaconda, basically for Jupyter, we run this command, press enter. It takes a while, but it installs properly, so don't worry. And just like that, it's done. That's all you need to do to install Tkinter for Jupyter Notebook. Hello everyone. Our topic for today is the Tkinter module in Python. Tkinter is a Python library used for creating and developing GUI, which means graphical user interface based applications. The installation for Tkinter on Jupyter Notebook has been discussed earlier. Creating a GUI using Tkinter is an easy task. All you need to do is import the module, create the main container window, add as many widgets as needed, and apply the event trigger on the widgets. So you might be thinking that what are widgets? Widgets are basically like buttons, labels, or everything that make up the GUI application. So coming on to the basic syntax, if you look over here, if I run this cell, you can see this window comes up, and this is how you create a window, and we'll learn more about these 19 types of widgets in Tkinter, and we will look into detail about a few of them. So Tkinter also provides geometric configuration of the widgets, which can organize them in parent window. The first one being the place method, which organizes the widgets by placing them on specific positions directed by the programmer. If you look over here, this is a program which uses the place method, and we given the position, and also you can see that we have used the label widget and the entry here, and now I will run it, and you can see they are at a specific position. Continuing, we come to the grid method, which organizes the widgets in grid, which is basically a table-like structure before placing them in the parent widget. So it has several features like pad X and pad Y, where you can decide the padding you want to put in the, suppose, a button. And let's look at this code, and here we have again used label and entry, and we have also used button over here, and we have used grid here. So when we run this, you can see when I enlarge the screen, it stays over there. Another thing to look carefully over here is that my submit button has been put at row number 6, whereas my password is at row number 1. Yet they are so close together because these rows are relative, and considering that there are no rows between them, hence the submit button comes over here. Also, the pad X and pad Y for buttons, if they would have been specified, then our submit button could have a little bit more spacing on both sides or above and below. Now coming on to the pack method, it organizes widgets in blocks before placing them in the parent widget. We will just look at this code and we'll understand more. One thing to look here is this fg command, and it basically means the foreground, which means that it would define the color of the button. So, and we have also defined the side over here. So if we run this, you can see that first of all, if I enlarge it, their relative position remains same, but their position on the window moves like this, and you can see that black stays on bottom while these three stay on top. This is due to the side we have defined. Now considering that everything has their advantages and disadvantages, Tkinter 2 has some, and you can go through them over here. That like for example, Tkinter has a very simple syntax and it's very easy to understand, like you would have seen above. But some of the disadvantages can be that it is a little hard to debug, and it has a very little printing support. So that's all for today, and I hope you liked.